I'm predicting that the 2022 housing market is going to go from the wild, wild west to a straight up stampede. Let's find out why. Hey, it's Joey. That's me. And in this video, we're going to talk about 2022 housing market predictions here in Los Angeles. Now, there's a lot of speculation going on about bubbles and impending doom. Doom I'm okay with, but bubbles? So I'm going to go ahead and answer some questions that you probably have not been asking, but I'm going to do a video about it anyway. Rumors of a housing crash have been going on for quite some time over the past 2 years. But is there actually any truth to this, or is it just clickbait? Man, I love me some clickbait. The housing market looks very different today than it did back in 2008. For instance, the rising home appreciation is a direct result of low housing inventory and high buyer demand. Mortgage lending standards are much tighter than they were back in 2008, so it's not as easy to get a loan. You have to meet certain requirements, and they are very, very strict about this, especially the underwriters. They will not approve a loan unless they have everything in check and know exactly where all your income is coming from and if you can even afford to buy the house that you want in the first place. So these are good things. And also, homeowners are using their equity much, much more responsibly, because back in 2008, people were just cashing out on all their equity and just buying things that, well, they were just buying things. And that left them with no equity and thus leaving them to foreclose on a house when the housing market crashed. Will there be a wave of foreclosure when forbearance ends? Well, there's actually no sugarcoating it. I'm diabetic. I can't sugarcoat anything. The pandemic was very, very hard on many people, leaving them jobless and forcing them to go into forbearance on their mortgage payments. And as forbearance comes to a close, many are wondering, will there be a wave of foreclosures on the horizon? Do I see any foreclosures? Well, the short and long answer is simply no. No thank you. Here's why, according to the experts. There are far fewer homeowners that are in trouble this time around. Most of the mortgages in forbearance have enough equity to sell rather than foreclose on their homes. Like I said, people have been much more responsible with their equity. Way to be responsible. The current low inventory market can actually absorb these listings, meaning that we need these houses to go on the market so they will sell. They're not going to sit around. It's about time you stop sitting around. Today, the probable number of foreclosures coming out of the forbearance program is nowhere near the number of foreclosures that impacted us back in 2008. To give some perspective, according to the Wall Street Journal, between 2006 and 2014, about 9.3 million households went through foreclosure, gave up their home to a lender, or sold in a distressed sale. This time is different. Thanks to the forbearance plan, there are just only a possible few 100,000 houses that are actually going to be going into this type of situation. That sounds like a lot, but that's way, way less than it was in the past. Is the real estate market going to last? Is anything going to last? Man, I hope Cobra Kai lasts a couple more seasons. I love that show. In the last year and a half, we have seen one of the hottest real estate markets in history. But we can all agree, or at least hope, that the factors leading up to this hot market won't be repeating themselves anytime soon. Now let's talk mortgage rates. They're expected to go up throughout the course of this year. And with home prices also predicted to gradually go up this year as well, we will still be seeing strong buyer demand. Gotta be strong, buyers. Plus, a recent study shows that a good majority of sellers are planning on listing their houses for sale this winter. Much of this motivation stems from sellers knowing that they can cash in on their hard-earned equity that they have in their houses. All these signs point to a real estate market that won't be cooling off anytime soon. But what we can see is a better selection of houses that are on the market for buyers to choose from as inventory slowly rises. With prices so high, are homes still affordable? Home prices appreciated by at least 20% nationwide over the past year. Let that sink in for a minute. Am I sinking? With mortgage rates slowly on the rise, many people are wondering if a house is still going to be affordable through this upcoming year. Well, the answer is yes. Let's break down why. Despite escalating prices, home prices are still more affordable now than they were leading up to the housing crisis. Rental prices are skyrocketing, and that's going to make home ownership a more affordable option in many housing markets. Inventory is expected to rise. Thank you. And that's going to take the edge off of the supply and demand issue that contributed to the housing price increases over the past year. And consider this, while the days of the sub 3% mortgage rates are slowly fading away, where do they go? Buyers can remain confident in today's affordability. However, be sure not to wait too long. As mortgage rates rise, home prices will also be rising with them. We're thinking that this year, nationwide, houses are going to appreciate not like they were over the past year, but at least by 5% going into this new year. So just to let you know, if you're still waiting to make a move on homeownership, it's going to cost you the more that you wait. What will happen to the housing market in 2022? What will happen in the finale of This Is Us?
Couldn't say it to her.
So good. The real estate market has been so volatile over the past couple of years that honestly, it's really hard to predict where the hell it's going to go. What we can do though is study up on what the experts are saying on this issue. Experts are predicting that with rising mortgage rates and home appreciations going into this new year, there will be more incentive for buyers and sellers to make a move sooner rather than later in the year. You're going to be paying more monthly on that mortgage if you wait and get a higher mortgage rate. Let's make a move into home ownership for you. I am here for you. Leave me a comment below. Let me know how I can make your home ownership dreams a reality. Let's get this party started. I'm Joey Rockenstein. Results that rock.